most of us in this part of, yeah. So because a lot of us in this part of the world, we don't start basketball at an early age. So the
Right.
skills, getting the skills is tough. And since me, I developed my skill earlier. And that's where I started doing what you're doing right now. And that's why I follow your page every single time. I love what you've been doing. The most beautiful thing that I tell my players to go look at, I saw one of my guys that he's staying with me right now because he wants to do like a week's training. He was looking at your page just 3 hours ago, and I'm like, I'm having a meeting with him. He was like, what? You're having a meeting with this guy? And I was like, yes, I'm having a meeting with you. They are watching because I share your stuff to them because I love the diverse ways you use in training. Yeah,
No,
in
that's
Africa,
awesome.
we don't. Yes, yes, I love what you're doing. I love the name By Any Means Basketball Academy, and I love what you do. You improvise, you give ways that we can use, and that's one thing. We are so limited with equipment here. So I want to find ways to develop these athletes, and one thing I try to do is use the little stuff that I have to become creative. I think
Right.
that's what you do that really interests me. The creativity you put to develop players, not always stereotyping. You just make sure you have ways. And believe me, that's what I'm using. I thank you for always putting out stuff there. It's a huge motivation to me and an encouragement for me to keep going on. So
No,
what I'm doing, yeah.
that means a lot.
So
That means a lot,
yeah,
man. No, it's always
yeah.
crazy to see people on the other side of the world that use the methods or that, just resonate with what we're doing. So I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. And any way I can help, I know it's tougher in some places other than than others. And I know it can be a little bit more difficult to like get that traction or, push forward sometimes.
Yeah.
But man, I respect you, more than a lot of people, just seeing kind of how you, like you said, been able to be creative and you're still getting it all done and doing it at a high level, it seems like, and you're trying to learn and educate yourself. So it means a lot, man. And I appreciate it. So anything I can do, man, just let me know.
Yeah, the most part that blows my mind with what you do is when you started at a young age and how you take to own your own gym. But the most thing about it is your players conference. It's
Mm.
mind blowing. It's something I wish every single day, if I have money, I would travel down and just come and attend. That is one thing that you use. Just keep doing that stuff. It's huge. It's bigger than life. And believe me, I love that. The players conference is a whole teaching form and where you bring different coaches. Sincerely, I've been following. I'm a great fan and I'm actually a trainer too. But when I see people doing what I'm doing in a good way, I just fall in love with that. It's tough, yeah, but we don't want to complain. We just know that limitation is the first to creativity. So I just want to keep being creative. And that's where you caught my attention because you're always creative. You run, you might be in a hotel room and you're telling us that we don't need all those things. And thank you. Thank you. It means a
Absolutely,
lot
man.
to me. Yeah,
Nah,
it
for
makes me
sure.
cry. So
And I love doing the
see,
coaches education because I know, like, if I help you improve or somebody else, or if I can even like give you one idea, then you can coach 1,000 athletes to do the same thing. So like if I'm able to educate one coach, then that's so many athletes. And being able to help guys like yourself or people otherwhere or other places in the world, like the more coaches I can help get better and improve and educate themselves, the more players will be able to follow from that. And then the more coaches the more of those players will become coaches and become good coaches. So the coaches education is something I've always loved. And hopefully one day I can get over there and help educate as many coaches as possible over there.
yeah, true. That's my whole vision, and I'm hoping that one day I see that you're a friend to EJ Anosiki,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and yeah, he's a great friend, and I've been talking with him. A
Nice.
lot of them love what I do, and I've been talking with him, and hopefully, I'm praying he's coming to the motherland, and I'm hoping maybe he's going to come with you, and it's going to be a learning process for a lot of people, because I just need this country to know what it means by skills development. A lot of them don't see it. That's why it's tough for us to actually have fun. I see how you teach how to build your own gym, your own personal gym, like how to become an owner of a gym. But it's tough here. It's tough to have those funds and all that. I watch how, and I was telling one of my players just an hour ago, like he started at 16 years ago, and that's crazy. But look at what you can do. You're teaching life skills, you're having tours and all that, because player development, skills development is what you should do. But we don't have it here, so it's tough to even convince a player to develop his skill. They just feel they should go and meet those coaches. A lot of them feel they should meet those coaches with X and O's, that knows X and O's, and just continue with that. And they don't teach what we teach. These coaches that teaches X and O's, they don't teach what we teach. And for me, one of the main reasons why I wanted us to hold this meeting, most especially, it's learn from you and talk about the philosophy, how our philosophy relate. Yours over there and mine over there. It's a huge thing. Our coaching philosophy, how it relates and all that. I would like to hear that. I think it would encourage me to just keep doing what. So what's your coaching philosophy like?
Yeah, for sure. No, that's a good question. So I would say, I mean, you've gotten a lot of it, just like the creativity side of things, always finding new ways to do things. Cause I think the way that I think is like something may work, but can we do it better? Right. Like, we may be doing certain drills or certain methods that work, but I'm always thinking of like, how can I do this better? How can I push this to a new level? So I think that's like the main thing. And that's what forces a lot of the creativity is like sometimes I'll have to go outside of the box a little bit because nobody's ever tried that because something works, but it could work better. But it's going to be a little bit weird if we do it in a way, or at least try a way that works better. So I try a lot of new stuff. Some of it doesn't work, and I'm okay with that. It's just like being a player. Like you'll try a new move sometimes, it doesn't work. You either get better at it or you're just like, all right, that doesn't work. And same thing for me as a coach, where if I think of something, I'm going to try it. And a lot of it sticks, a lot of it doesn't. But I'm always trying to push to find new things. So I think a lot of that is just really challenging players. I feel like a lot of the work that skills development coaches do doesn't really challenge players in the long run. Like, doing certain drills where you're not getting uncomfortable, you're not messing up, stuff like that. It's not really improving players because there's no challenge. Like we need a challenge to learn. We need to be uncomfortable to learn. So that's one big focus of it. And then the second one is doing, like, as you've seen, a lot of live play, like a lot of one-on-one, one-on-two, two-on-one, like playing against defense. And that's not all the time, of course. Like I still do a lot of stuff that's not live play, that is like 1-on-0 or on air work. But I do think that incorporating more of that into your training is really important, because and then you learn how to make decisions. You learn how to like adjust. You learn how to be creative. And if you're not really playing with defense, then sometimes that can be hard because you don't have a reason to have to fade away. You don't have to create contact. Like there are a lot of things that come in with defense that you don't get. So I'd say that's number two. And then number three is just, focusing on like the social communication side, like building actual relationships with players. Because I mean, this too, like if you can build a relationship with a player, they're going to trust you more and they're going to invest their time and their effort more because they like you and they like what you do. So if I can build an actual friendship or relationship with a player, then that's big time for me, because then they can start to work a little bit harder. They can trust me a little bit more, like all these things that come into play. And then they're more comfortable talking to me about stuff that may not even be on the basketball court. So yeah, I would say those are the big three things that I try to focus on.
Okay, that's really great. That's really great what you're focusing on, and I love the whole idea about it. I think this is so helpful. One of the thing I really know that you do, it's mostly creativity. That's the part that blows my mind. The guy that is staying with me right now, he said he wants to train for a week, and believe me, what he has been is so
There we go. My bad. You cut out for a little bit, but you're good now.
so yeah. Yes, what one of the things I did is about creating that relationship, which is what you just told me about, and that will help them to trust you.
Right.
And I think it will be a huge one for him to say hello because he was watching your video. Let me just invite him. He wants to say hello.
Tell him come in.
Yeah, I need you to say hello to him. So he's here. He was watching your video today. No, you could hold the ball. He was watching your video today. Like,
yeah, what's up, bro? Appreciate the support, man. Thanks for watching the videos and doing all that, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, telling you like what she is doing.
I really like your stuff. Like I really follow you all through. Like for real, it's inspirational. For real, it's inspirational.
Yeah. I love it, man. No, I was saying hopefully I can get over there and actually work with you guys at some point. So that's the goal. So hopefully we'll be able to train in person and talk. And I appreciate the following, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, it means a lot. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir.
So truthfully, one of the things I told you I really love that you said today, and which is true, that it means what you're doing is really great, is the creativity. And that's one thing I've tried to do. I told you from the start that we are so limited with a lot of things here, but that limitation is the force that helps us to. I used to say limitation is the force to creativity. And I tell a lot of people that, but they don't understand. Because we are limited, it doesn't mean we shouldn't do something. It leads us to create stuff and all that until the better thing comes and all that. So thank you for this. It means what I'm doing, it's actually a great thing. It means our philosophy aligns and all that. Thank you so much. But then the live play is something that I would want to put. I think I've been working with that. I worked with him on that today, and we're trying to put that on like one-on-one, try to teach him how to make decisions, which is what I will write. Try to teach him how to make decisions, not just decisions, right decisions during games and all that. Then finally, what you said here is social communication, which is creating relationship. Thank you. It means a lot to me. And this meeting, it's like of huge advantage for me, for me to have this. But the most thing I want to say is thank you for accepting this, because I know a lot of trainers have been trying to reach out to. They say they charge for all this. But you reaching out to talk with me today, I so much appreciate it. It means a lot. And it means that you want to help out. And this is huge for me. This is huge.
I mean, yeah. No, trust me when I say to see how much it can help you, that means just as much. Like it's crazy to see, like I said at the beginning, it's crazy to see how, dedicated people like yourself are, how creative you're getting, how much you're kind of following what I put out there, even if it's a little bit crazy sometimes. So I'm always down to do stuff like this. And I mean, I don't know if you've seen like the new project that we're working on, that we're calling like the Athlete Empowerment Initiative, but we're just trying to educate as many coaches as possible, trying to get, the money to come over and do like free clinics, free coaches education, stuff like that. If we can do that, and if I can help as many coaches as possible, that's my dream. So anything like this, I'm always excited to do. And I'm glad that you reached out, man. Even more importantly, like I'm glad that we could set this up and I could help you in any way possible, because you've definitely helped inspire me even more.
Yes, you have. This means a lot to me. I mean, it's a whole lot. I believe this is a good one for me today. Like this week has been so satisfying. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It means I just love when you said, hey, anything I could help out, like in resources, and you having this meeting with me, it means a lot to me. And I see mostly you are a friend to EJ and Noziki, and I was like, whoa! I told him I like talking, and it's huge. It means you feel like coming to anytime you want to come to the motherland here, Nigeria. I'm always available to show you around and make sure your stay is wonderful and all that. It's just that we are rich here, but we're very poor in thinking.
Exactly.
So it's all tough for us to make the right things. It's difficult for me. I don't want to see this as a disadvantage for me or as a limitation. I use it to just keep doing what I'm doing. Hopefully something huge will come out someday, and that's why I'm reaching out to everybody. But this year, one of my projects is trying to reach out to people to know if my philosophy, what I've been doing in my own little way, is really huge. And sincerely, you've confirmed a lot of things for me today. I appreciate that so much. And I don't know, you said you have a project that's coming up like for this year for coaches and all that. Like, what's that?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I mean, we're starting a nonprofit in in the US, but the goal is to go to as many, and I can send you like the page and stuff on Instagram, but we're trying to go to as many like communities as possible around the world that don't have the same level of resources as we do here. But that have, dedicated coaches like yourself, that have like players that really want to play, but the resources just aren't there. And then we're trying to educate coaches there. We're trying to do camps for players. We're trying to, if we can, find the money and raise the money through donations and stuff to do like court renovations or court building, so we can help get resources and donate pretty much anything that you guys need. It's tough for me because I wish I was, a billionaire and I could just give all that to everyone, but we got to find the money to do it. So that's what we're working on now. But I think, one of the places, having talked to EJ and, other people who are from Nigeria, is like, that's one place I really want to make sure that we can invest in. So as soon as we raise the money and stuff, I think we can definitely try to make it happen, and I'd be excited too. So that's the goal, man, and just continue to like give as much as we can, even if it's not like resources, but just knowledge and inspiration and stuff like that to people.
Yes.
And because again, like if we can help out different basketball cultures around the world, then that's my dream.
Yeah. Anytime you want to come to Nigeria, just let me know. I'll set everything up for you, and hopefully make sure everything gets very good when you guys are coming. I'm always available. This
Perfect.
is kind of stuff that I really want. I really want our country here, the coaches, to understand what the skills trainers do and
Right.
what coaches do, which is two different things entirely.
Exactly.
So when I tell somebody, that I'm a skills trainer, and they'll be like, which one is skills trainer? They don't get it.
Yeah.
But when you come around, you try to tell them how it's good to have a player development coach in your team, because
Exactly.
Nigeria is becoming an avenue for basketball. Lots of great talents, and people are beginning to love basketball. Look at EJ and a lot of people. So it's becoming a home of basketball. But in as much as it's becoming, coaches need to know their role and why they should have skills trainer in their team to develop those player skills to the next level and all that. So it's going to be a great one to have you come here and help talk to them and teach. I would love to learn. I'm always open to learning every time. It's why I follow your page. He was watching you this afternoon, and I was like, I'm talking to you today, and he was like, what? I said, yeah, seriously, we've been following. We love one of the things you do that it's the creativity. Now we're going to the field. If I drop this, we're going to the field to sprint because you were sprinting with your headphone. Yeah, you were even playing volleyball. That's creating relationship. You were playing volleyball. You use hotel room. You jump through stuff, and those are the things I love. You jump. You said, hey, you don't need a gym. Most time you could use stuff, and that's what I do here. Because truthfully, where the one of the place that defines what you do, that when you come here, you help me is talk to them, is what you say about the creativity you do. Most times when I go through stuff like that are not basketball equipment, people start commenting and start saying stuff that would make me want to. But when I see what you do and you tell us that, hey, we could use this. We're going to the field right now to sprint. Me and him, because of you.
I love it.
We're going to sprint. Yes, sincerely, you're doing a lot. You don't even know it. You're touching lives. He was watching you, and I'm showing him you often, and I'm like, see what this guy is doing. Is creative. This coach has been creative, and that's one thing Nigeria don't know yet. Creativity. We are too limited. We don't have those big gyms. We don't have equipment. But thank you. It's huge for me. And believe me, I will want to put out this, what I've learned today, creativity, having this creativity, life plays and social communication and creating relationship. I know a lot of people know these things, but they still don't put it to play.
Exactly.
Sincerely, I appreciate so much. And I don't know how to say how huge this is for me. So,
Nah,
but
man.
it's huge.
That's
It's huge.
awesome, man. Thank you so much. Seriously, I appreciate it just as much, and let's definitely make it happen. I'm gonna try to raise up the funds and the money to get over there and just give back as much as I can and help tell the same messages that you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, man,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Thank you. So I finally, before I go, I see that you have thoughts lined up and all that. I love what you do, man. You have thoughts for this year. Are you still having your mastery hoop clinic and all that, player development clinic this
Yeah,
year?
we might. If we can get all the coaches together, we're gonna try to. We may have like a smaller event or something like that, but I definitely want to set something up for coaches education here, like an event or something. But the tough part is just getting all the coaches together and stuff like that. But if we can, we're gonna try.
Yeah. But your tour is always it's cool what you do, traveling here and there. It's beautiful when you do all that, and I'm following. I
Yes,
just
sir.
love
No, I
all that.
appreciate it.
Yeah, just keep doing that. That's a motivation to me as a trainer and telling me the life I could live one day, traveling and talking. I love to really do life skills, most especially. That's one thing you do, teaching life skills to these young athletes and telling them that a lot of things about life,
Yeah.
so that
For
they
sure.
should know that it's not just all about basketball. Most time there are certain things in life they need to know. So I teach basketball skills and I also teach life skills too, and it's a huge part of what I do, and I love what you do. Believe me, you're a great motivation to whatever I'm doing, and thank you.
No, man. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know, any last word, anything you think I should be doing? I would love that, like what you think for me. And
Yeah.
you could send me that too. You could send me that the recording too. I would love it.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
really want and all that. Yeah.
That's why I thought to record it. I was like, I'll probably send this over. So I'll send you the recording. But I think just, keeping that same hunger in terms of like wanting to educate yourself. Because I think a lot of coaches get to a point where they're like, it's the same thing like I said earlier. They're like, they're good, but it's like they don't keep pushing to get better and better and better. And I don't see that being a problem with you because you're hungry, you're dedicated, like you're creative. But that's the one thing that I see with a lot of coaches. They get to a certain point and then they stop trying to educate themselves and keep pushing. So just continue to educate yourself, try to find new ways, try to prove yourself wrong. Like even if you have a method that you've been doing for years and a better method comes out or you think of a better method, maybe use that. Like just try it out and try to almost prove yourself wrong. Like you should look back in 5 years and be like, what was I doing? Like if I look back to what I was doing 5 years ago, I'm like, that's terrible, but that's how you know that you continue to improve. So just keep challenging yourself like that. Keep having the right intentions with players. Like have build good relationships with them because that's going to help you get more results. And then I would say also just continue to post on Instagram and social media and stuff like that because the more consistent that you are, and you're very consistent with it, but the more consistent that you are over time, you never know what opportunities could come from that. So yeah, I'll just say focus on those 3 or 4 things and then just stay consistent, keep chipping away and think good things will happen.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. God bless you. I am so grateful. I'll just say, man, today you've actually did a lot for me. God bless you. I hope to reach out often and just anytime you're free, I'll just keep talking with you and hopefully see you one day in the motherland and hope to learn from you live and direct. And thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm so appreciative of everything I've learned.
Any question you have, anything you need, just send me a DM and I'll respond to it. Let's stay in touch, man. I'll send you the recording too.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. When you meet EJ, you just tell him, EJ, tell him I'm here. I'm greeting though.
Perfect. Yeah, I got it. I'll tell him.
All right.
All right, my man.
Take care.